Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason, where our goal every day is to bring you insights and ideas into your daily trading activities. Good morning, James. How you doing?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Nice shirt.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, everybody. So Dow futures are currently down 121 points. S&P 500 is down 14 and a quarter points. It's looking like it's going to be a little red day here. Watch it be like a massive bloody red day, since I said that, which I'm okay with. But let's look at the daily chart for the SPX right here. So at the moment, and again, guys, at the moment, this thing could easily pop up. This is not a clean setup in either direction. But at the moment, we are catching some resistance around this 4,700 range. I do expect it to continue to be choppy. Yesterday, we started getting some choppiness in the market. Literally, like I pushed out some bearish alerts with the SPY, and it started pushing down like rapidly, and then boom, bounced, and then yeah. So that choppiness is going to continue to be challenging until they release the next variant on us, or whatever they're going to do, or talk about how great everything is in the economy and market and pump it back up. Either way, they're going to say some BS to us. But looking at the charts, we are catching some resistance right here at 4,700. Again, I do expect it to kind of break above and just be choppy and just maybe just dance around above this and then pull back down. There's not clean direction yet in this. So for me, this is going to kind of be just taking really just smaller intraday trades, if I even do that. I mean, obviously, you guys know what I'm holding long term, but other than that, just a broad market overview. We still need to give the market some time to fully show itself. I mean, I can tell you what I think it's going to do, but really, at the end of the day, the market doesn't care what I think it's going to do. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm just looking at overall. Now, if the market would shoot down below 4,600, then obviously I'm going to be extremely bearish on this, and then look to take some puts in tech stocks and try to write it down. So that's what I see, just general market overview. And let's go ahead and hit the comments. Todd, what do we got going on in the comments? So good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Take a look at ticker Greatest Inspirational Videography is asking about DWAC. That's the Trump media platform. And they had some news yesterday where they got a $1 billion investment. That's a billion with a B.
So, I saw that, yeah.
And it had a pretty good pop yesterday, and I thought it might run again today. So this might be worth reviewing the technical analysis.
Well, right now, there's not really much technical analysis that can be done overall. I mean, we look at this daily chart that I have up. I mean, you can see yesterday's candle, and we are slightly down from yesterday, but I don't necessarily think that's a big deal at the moment. I do think we'll get another pump here, but I don't have a clue where it would possibly go up, or even if it would go up. Sometime in the future, whenever this merger acquisition with this whole SPAC is done, I do want to get into this ticker and kind of, I don't know if I want to say I want to hold it long term, but I do want to hold shares in it. I believe that this stock will, once they kind of get everything all set up, I do believe that they will have some potential just based off of pure FOMO. Now, when it comes to the execution of the business plan, will they be able to perform and keep up? Honestly, I don't care if you were a President Trump supporter or if you hated him. That doesn't matter to me. And the reason why I say that is I'm just here to make money. So, whether you love somebody or hate them, or hell, even if I love somebody or hate them, at the end of the day, I don't care, because I'm just looking to make money off of what they're doing. And I started hearing some key players within whatever they're calling their social media platform, the Truth. Do you know, Todd?
I don't know.
Truth something. Truth Social, I think. I know some of the executives who are going to be in there, but at the moment is kind of looking like a buddy-buddy system. So long term, I'm kind of concerned about this, but I do believe that in the short and midterm, that just based off of FOMO, we will see a strong bullish push here. Now, not necessarily in this range, but just in general. I'm just generally speaking. I feel like we will see a strong bullish push based off of FOMO. But at this moment, a setup, I'm not really seeing a setup. If we would break above the high of this candle right here, this second, bearish candle, if we break above 121.80, then I'm definitely bullish on it, and I'll probably just make an entry. But
wait, you just said 121.80?
Yes.
So it needs to move double from where it's at right now?
Yeah, I'm honestly, I know people are gonna think I'm crazy. I don't care what's going on right here in the middle, because really that's where the risk is. I know if it does break above 121.80, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, well, you should have got in when you said it at 62, yada, yada. You'd have been up 100% already. That's, if that conversation comes about, congratulations to those people. I'm happy for you. But that is if that conversation comes about, because anything can happen in this range from this candle on up to here. Don't get me wrong. There can be massive amounts of profit to be made in this range. That is a huge, huge financial gain if you hit it right here and it works out that way. The thing is, if it works out that way, for me, it's not worth the risk. And I'm trying to look at this from a fundamental aspect of them actually running the business, since we don't have anything else to go off of. And also kind of tying in some really FOMO. Really the FOMO that I'm waiting for people to get is the break above 121.80 for an entry. If it breaks above that range, then we definitely have the FOMO in the market. And I'll just add on to that FOMO by taking a position. This one, for me, my max tolerance on this will be just 500 shares, which is still a lot of daggone money. But that's my max tolerance. Probably a lot less.
One of the questions I ask when we start talking about these tickers is that, what's the likelihood this could be back to 40 before it goes to 100? And so to enter this at around $60, this could have a 10 to 20 point drop in the next minute candle with one tweet or one bad little news, or an investor pulls their money. It just, when you mentioned the buddy system, I'm thinking of like, oh, my investment buddies who I'm taking care of because I'm no longer in office. So I get a little nervous about a ticker like this.
Well, yeah, they so hold on, I'm about ready to open up a can.
Schlitz.
Yeah. All right. So I did see there was a Congressman, oh man, I think his last name is Nuns or something like that, Nunes or something. I can't remember. A lot of people were actually anticipating him to be making a presidential bid, but he's actually resigning from Congress, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take over. Don't quote me on this, but I'm thinking that he's going to take over as CEO. I could be 100% wrong, or maybe president. I can't remember. I just briefly read the headline of it, but he's definitely going to be an executive to kind of run the show here. So I don't know. I don't like when politicians are trying to run companies. It doesn't turn out well. So that's my concern overall with this. And again, like I said, it doesn't matter, who you supported or not. Like, I really don't care. At the end of the day, it's about making money, and that is why we are here. And yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts overall. Kind of got a little long-winded there, but I was just really kind of thinking about it on the fly and just letting it flow out raw. So, all right, let's see what else we got going on in the comments. Hold on, let's see a comment. I'm going to send you some wall decor, James. You look like you're broadcasting from Facebook jail. I do have wall decor. I just got to put it up.
We're just glad his camera's back on today.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got going on.
Aaron Sparks is asking about U1. We've talked about that one in the past.
Brian, what do you mean? Why do you get the feeling you both aren't actually doing well? We are. I mean, I'm not broadcasting this from an actual county jail. This is a federal penitentiary, so I have more luxuries here.
No, S. John, I'm not. I'm actually drinking tea. It'd be way too early in the morning for me to be sipping on whiskey.
All right. So let's take another quick look at pre-market, the sucky pre-market, see what we have going on. Todd, do you see anything worth talking about?
I'm watching a couple tickers for possible short candidates. That's my wheelhouse where I like to have a short bias. So I'm looking at ENSC and SYTA. The problem with ENSC that it's a $5 stock and their short locates are 15 cents. So that's moved to that would have to fly pretty high for me to pay 15 cents. But SYTA is around 6 cents. And if SYTA could break over 650, that would send some bells and whistles off, and I would start to scale in a small position. I'm getting ready for a possible short.
All right. So for ENSC, I am definitely short biased on this thing. Now, there are only 24, we'll just round it up to 24.3 million shares outstanding, and the float is right at 8 million. Not much for short interest, but reason why I'm short biased on this, hold on, let me just peek at the news real quick. Reason why I'm short biased on this is I don't really see nothing strong in our news for a catalyst, but this strong downtrend right here. A lot of bag holders, guys. A couple of them probably got out right here, but more jumped in, and then more bag holders. So at this point, this is popping up. We're already up 77% at this moment. Looking at the 5-minute chart, We hit a pre-market high of 645. So a lot of these people are going to start getting out, and a lot of the bears are going to start coming in to short this thing down. It's been a while since we actually tested this 86 EMA, and we actually gapped up over it. So I'm expecting this thing to print off and just have a red candle for today. So short bias on ENSC. See, there was one I was actually kind of wanting to bring up. One I'm kind of looking at, and I'm not that convinced on it yet, but it is ticker IPW.
IPW.
Hi, baby. Hold on a second. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hey, thank you. Thank you for the straw. Thank you. Hold on. Here. You want to come to daddy? Oh. All right. Ilana's going to be on the show. All right. So IPW, there are 26.5 million shares outstanding. Short interest, next to nothing on that also. But I'm not really convinced with this news about them launching some product with Amazon. But I do like their share structure. I do like the industry that they're in, obviously what they're trying to target here. So we just really need to see it kind of get out of this downtrend first before I kind of get serious overall about it. Right now, we do have a lot of bag holders sitting in the stock. So any pops on this daily chart, and they're going to start trying to get out. So that's, again, I'm not ready to make entry in this yet. My entry point, you want to go back to mom? My trigger point might be a little bit higher than what I would normally wait on. But what I'm meaning by that is I'm probably going to start looking back here at the beginning of this chart at these ranges to make entry again. But I need to see this thing trend up first. Anything right in here in this price range and it going up, bag holders are going to be trying to get out. And with bag holders trying to get out, the bears know this, and they're going to try to short it down as well. That just gives them more bearish momentum. So we need to see this thing kind of do its pop-ups, let all the bag holders get out, let new investors get in, and we need to see some organic momentum push this thing up. And I probably won't start to consider making an entry until this thing is actually over $5.40.
Well, this morning when it made a run from in a 1 minute candle from a low of $3.65 to $5.10, like at 850, but it only traded 170,000 shares. So it needs to get some more volume too, I think.
Yeah. And I think in time, and when I say like going up organically, like if it pops up and does that today, no, that is not what we want to see. If it pops up and breaks above 540 like today, or just within the next short time frame of days to come, weeks to come, yeah, it's going to get shorted out. But we need to see this on a daily chart, just slow grind all the way up to this range. And then if that setup does happen like that, I'll be looking for an entry above 540 at that point, and then just riding it off of pure momentum. So again, like this one is not, it's definitely not a play for today, but going into the future, that's just kind of what I'm looking at, what I'm looking forward to. So let's see if we got anything going on in the comments.
We're about 7 minutes left. Take a look at ticker IINN. That was on my early radar. There's no short locates available, but it's had a really nice move this morning, up over about 120%.
Share structure 7.7 million. So with their news, I'm seeing something about they signed some kind of strategic partnership agreement. All right, so very small share structure here. I don't know exactly what's going on with that news, but obviously with that low share structure, that's what's causing this thing to move up. Now, let's see, what do we have? Hold on. I can't get all my information up. So pre-market, Todd, on your end, are you showing volume for this around almost 28 million?
Yeah, 28.2 million right now.
Okay. All right. So we have turned over the entire share structure a couple times now, but at this point, we're probably losing that momentum overall. I mean, look how extended this is. There's going to be a pullback. It's just hard to say when. Now, I really do believe it's going to happen at the bell, but to just be fair, nobody knows when. That's what I'm saying. So looking at this daily chart, it wasn't just too long ago that we had a strong spike right here. And a lot of these people who are bag holding, again, same setup, they're getting out. So overall, this thing, we're going to have a lot of people taking profits today. And we could have some FOMO, but we're pretty extended at this point. I don't personally feel like that news is that strong to create a ton of FOMO to get this thing just like roaring and do some kind of black swan move. But at the bell, we'll probably have a little pop, but I think this thing is just going to just get hammered today. So in my opinion, be careful if you're in this long.
We're about 4 minutes from the start of the market. Any final thoughts?
No, not right now. So let's see. Hold on, I'm reading the comment. So Knox wrote a good question. He said, in my opinion, what is the percent you should be down to buy the dip? Like total percent down. It's going to depend. And a lot depends on, are you trading penny stocks or mid large caps, whatever it may be. For OTC, the answer is never. Don't get me wrong. There are some on those higher OTC markets. There are actually some good companies, and I really don't understand why some of those good companies are even in the OTC world when they actually should be trading on the big boards. But I'm talking about those dirty OTC stocks, the ones that make the OTC market famous.
The ones that we all cut our teeth on early on when we started trading.
Yes. Those, you never buy the dip. Because then your entire portfolio ends up being the dip. And you take that into your next tax year. So with OTCs, never. So predictive oncology is a good ticker to talk about, like with buying a dip. And with that stock, I would base that on those historic supports. We have a historic support right at $1. We have a historic support right at 80 cents. So those are the ranges to buy the dips right in there for predictive oncology. A lot of times it's going to be situational. For something like Apple would be, if it pulled back around 12 to 15% overall on a daily chart. If I was going to try to go like long-term and hold it. And when I say like buy the dip on that would be still just scaling in, like how I always thought, like if you take your total position size that you want and you scale in tenths. So that's how I would handle something like Apple. Again, it's going to be situational, and a lot has to do on their PPS value, what they have going on in the company, and volume does come into play there. So sorry for not like actually having like a direct like answer, like, you know, step 1, 2, 3, but that's how the stock market works.
It's true. We're 1 minute from the start of the market, so we need to wrap up.
All right. So Tyler, that's all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
No final words.
All right. So, all right, everybody. So remember, trade safe, trade smart. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we will catch y'all in the next one.